Hello everyone and welcome back to Efficient Gaming. Can you believe that we're up to Monster Week 15 already? It doesn't seem like it, but we've had so many cool and interesting monsters. And this week we are looking at some Draconids, specifically Wyverns. Now, interestingly, something that I love about this and last month was that the picture that they've got for Wyverns was not actually Wyverns. They show forktails up in the corner, which I'll show you in a second when we go to look through the notes for this week. But it's just another cool little tidbit that it's a mistake, it's funny, it's not harmful, but it's cool. So today we're going to look at Wyverns, where to find them, and how to do the time task for this week. So let's check it out. Okay, so as usual, we are just going to have a look at the what's new. So if you look up the top right hand side of my screen now, you can see that that is a clearly a green forktail, and forktails are not Wyverns, at least in the definition of this game. But anyway, Monster Week, Wyverns. Witcher, it looks like some Wyverns have decided to group up. It's a threat like nothing else. More and more are appearing by the minute. But I'm sure that by the end of the week, victory will be ours. I've prepared some thrilling challenges that will help you tame those Draconids. A valiant effort is never in vain. Remember, this monster is common in all natural environment types, most commonly found during the day. Now there's only one exception to this, and I'll just show you that. I won't bother showing you both of the other two. So both the Wyvern, which is at the bottom of this list, and the Royal Wyvern, which is rare, do exactly as it says in the week's notes, and they are most naturally occurring during the day and in natural environments. I still don't get what natural environments are because I sort of see them in half built up areas. I have sort of seen more in parklands, which kind of makes sense, but I've seen them in like built up housing development areas as well, so who knows exactly what they mean by that. At least when they said things like lake or water or forest, it was really clear what they actually meant. But anyway, the only exception to this is the copper wyvern. It has the exact same occurrences, however it is also more available in fog, so it has increased activity in fog. So if there's fog, definitely go out and search for those copper wyverns because they are quite difficult to find this week. Now, something else that I haven't shown you before but that I will show you now is when you are looking for monsters, if they're really hard to find, there is a way to make it slightly easier for you. So we're just going to go to our map here, and obviously we can see that this singular monster here, the common necker, that one shows on the map by default because it's the one that spawns from our Witcher aura, which will be this little boy here. So he appears on our map naturally, and it gives you the time until he's gone. Now, to get anything else to appear on the map, and to get a bit more of an idea about all the things that are around outside this red circle, we just have to use a falcon potion. So if I just hit that button here, it gives us a massively bigger area of what's around. Now, you can filter this down, so if we were looking for copper wyverns, we're not going to find any now because it's nighttime where I am at the moment. You just hit legendary, and if there are any legendary monsters around within that zone, it will show up here. There aren't any at the moment, so I can't give you an example of that, but I will show you if we go back down to the rare category. Wow, there's only a couple. I was expecting a little more than that, but anyway. So rare monsters. If you click on it, it tells you what it is and how long it's got left. So there's a Grimnir over there, and there's a Scurver over there, and that one's got 6 minutes nearly left on it, and that one's only got 2.5 minutes left on it. So that is a really good way to find both in the legendary category, copper wyverns, and in the rare category, the royal wyverns. Obviously, again, it's nighttime, so they're not appearing for me. But I use this to find the singular royal wyvern that I needed to complete the task to show you for this week. I've still got at least 4 more to find, plus I would quite like to finish it off in the bestiary, so I've actually got 6 more to find myself. So yeah, that's what I will be doing to find them this week. But let us check out these time tasks. So as usual, the rewards are 3 bait, 1 crafting station, and 300 gold. Kill any 50 wyverns. Obviously the common one is going to be the most common. You will need to be going out during the day, and yeah, just hit any of them. You need to kill quite a few to get the bestiary full, so this is a good time to fill up that bestiary. Kill 5 copper wyverns. Now these are going to be your most difficult ones to find. These are the ones that I would suggest using your draconid oil on if you want to fill up and complete that quest as well. Yeah, if there's fog, definitely go outside and look for the wyverns, because there should be more then. I've seen quite a lot of legendary activity, legendary monsters super increased during fog, so if you get fog, definitely go out hunting. Otherwise, you just got to be lucky during the day, or use a falcon potion to see if there's any within a huge area around you, and then go hunting for it. But again, pretty straightforward. I don't need to show you how to do that. Kill 10 wyverns while using draconid oil. We give an example of this, obviously, while we're doing the rest of these. And now we look into the more specific ones. Kill a royal wyvern in less than 30 seconds without dealing any fire damage. So I've got an example of that pre-recorded for you, which I will show you now. Alright, so I was traveling at this time, so I was lucky to actually be able to click on it, and we didn't bother emptying our inventory first. But in short, we're going to be doing this quickly. So the first thing we're going to do is apply our draconid oil, which will be beneficial for actually doing it quickly as well as using it for the task. And we're also going to use the thunderbolt potion. Now I'm using the manticore steel sword because it is the a sword that doesn't deal fire damage, because the other requirement for this is to do it within 30 seconds without dealing fire damage, which means that I can't use my Melith, which I wouldn't anyway because it's a silver sword, or my incandescent heart. And we probably went a little bit overkill by using both the oil and the thunderbolt potion, because this is only a rare monster and it's not super difficult. But as you can see, it was pretty easy, and we managed to beat that monster and finish that task. So that one is done. Alright, moving on to the next one. We have kill a royal wyvern using only signs. So this one requires a little bit more setup. Obviously I'm just showing you the quest that I am attempting here. So royal wyvern, we're going to be using the manticore steel sword, one because it's steel, although to be honest we're only going to be using signs, so it doesn't matter. I'm using it for the cooldown reduction. The potions that we're going to be using are a Swift and Swallow potion. Again, this is a generic survivability build. Manticore armor, I think I said last week, if you haven't already got it, save up for it and get it. It's pretty much essential. You're going to come across things in the future where you're probably not going to be able to do them unless you've got it. So, or at the very least, it will be much easier to do if you've got it. So it's a must purchase in my opinion, and it was literally the first item that I bought within the game. So yeah, that's my recommendation here. If you look at this, how lucky I am. I get like 5 resets in a row from the last skill in the signs tree, which has a 20% chance to reset when using it, that was 5 in a row is just amazing. I would never have imagined getting that. But it's just made this video a little shorter for everyone because it's not the most exciting task. Now, there are other things you can do for this task, but I always go for the survivability build because it is really easy to make both a Swift or a Swallow potion. In fact, I've got way too many Swallow potions from when I used to be buying them with in-game gold when it was pre-release and they were needed. Or not needed, but they made Nemetons a lot easier. And Nemetons were actually uncapped in gold at that point as well, so you could do as many as you want per day in silver and gold. But yeah, so I've still got like 50 of those, because I bought them in bulk whenever they were on sale, so I'm just burning through that stock. And I only have to make the Swift potions. But survivability build is one build. You could also try a damage build, although with signs it's a bit difficult. The only options you've got are Petrie's filter and things like that. Sorry, ignore that little black bar. That's just a notification that came up annoyingly during my recording, and I just black barred it out for you. But yeah, you could use a Petrie's filter for damage. I'm trying to think what else. These aren't going to appear at night, so there's no cat potion. If it's raining, you could use a swole potion, but I would just probably go with the survivability build. Makes it easier. Takes a while, but it makes it easy to do. Obviously, we completed that, and now we're moving on to the last, well, not the last task, but the last of the difficult and pre-recorded tasks. Kill a copper wyvern using only melee attacks. So, to be fair, it's probably not super difficult because most of what I would normally defeat this with would be melee attacks anyway. But here's me again just showing you that that's the task we're attempting. I'm going to use the Manticore Silver Sword because this wyvern, interestingly, separate to the Royal Wyvern, is actually weak to silver rather than steel. So I'm kind of interested in why that is, but basic build, we're going to go for the oil for the extra damage because we're doing melee attacks, only melee attacks, and we're going to go for the general Swift and Swallow for the survivability build. And then we're just going to fight it like we would fight any other legendary monster, apparently badly. Missing the first perfect attack, but I've got, perfect defense, but I've got quite a few perfects still to go. And we're just tearing down its health as normal, just battling it, not using any signs, not using any bombs, we're just using melee damage, and we've managed to beat it, so that's great. Obviously, I'm just going to show you that we've also completed the task before we head off, so you can see that what we did was right. Other options for this build, you could go full damage and try perfect parrying, but again, there's not that much damage options. I mean, you've got the potion, I can't remember what it's called, but you've got the potion where if you get below 50%, you get 100% extra damage. This can help. It's not how I generally do it, though. I always like the survivability to guarantee that I'm going to get through it because it's just so overpowered, the survivability with the combination of those two potions, that I don't think you can get anywhere near it on the damage. And finally, the last task of the week is gather 50 units of powdered monster tissue. Now, normally that's much higher up in the list, but again, this is all down to inventory management. To be fair, if you kill a couple of copper wyverns while your inventory is not full, then it's going to pretty much complete this for you anyway. So yeah, I don't think the time tasks are particularly difficult this week. As you can see, there were only 3 that I even bothered recording for you. The only thing that's going to be difficult is getting your hands on these monsters. So I would recommend going out during the day, using a few of the Falcon potions, which I haven't actually showed you yet, and we'll have a quick look at now. I'm just going to claim the Demeritium bomb that I'm crafting because I used quite a few of them last week. And right, so here's our Falcon potion. All it takes is powdered monster tissue and herbs, I think they're called herbs, to brew, and it only takes 10 minutes. So I'm just going to brew another one now because we use one for the video, and I like keeping a general stack of them because they're really helpful in hunting down monsters. And yeah, so that was the time task for this week. Let me know below how you've gone in finding these, whether you think the availability of these monsters is appropriate for their scarcity, and most of all, let me know if you're enjoying these monsters. I find dragons quite cool. They're one of my favorite mythical monsters, so I do enjoy fighting them. These ones are animated quite well and are just interesting to look at. So I'd love to hear your thoughts, and I look forward to seeing what the new month of time tasks brings us. Catch you all later. Bye.